Good evening, and welcome to my VOD review that I will be doing over uh, my match last night with Swiggins. So there were 3 matches at Moorhead. I got one, he got two, but mainly we'll kind of go over here what my goals for this to be, not only for myself, but also um, what I want to see. Um, Sorry, my fucking phone just went off. So, all right, what I want to have for this stream is I want to be able to show kind of like what it looks like from my perspective when it comes to training, VOD reviewing, and improving. So I'm a newbie. I'll be honest. I'll straight force. I've only played this game for a year. However, I feel like it's okay for me to say that I have grown a whole lot in my understanding and performance within the game. Um, and that has to do with a couple things. One, I've grinded the game a lot because what else do I like? I didn't have anything else I wanted to do. But there's also an approach that I've taken from my time playing college football, and that is you want to be able to um, analyze things and look at it in an objective manner. Um, and something that our coach would always say is the film doesn't lie. So whether you like it or not, what you saw on the screen, it's going to tell you, what were you doing, what you should be doing, and what do you need to be practicing on. And I will attest to that is the main reason why I've been able to accomplish the goals that I had set out for myself when I first started. And have been able to make good tangible progress towards what I'm trying to accomplish now. Let me just fix something up real quick so that way I can have another scene where it's just the document. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I'll just make a duplicate one. Barnacles. Okay, that one, don't care. This one. Alright. That way we have a way of me transitioning between the two. Okay. Let's see. I might need to raise the put it on screen. I think this will be good. All right. So what we've got here is kind of what my goals for what I want to be focusing on when I'm watching this. Um, what I like to do is I like to watch completely through and not take notes just to kind of get like my initial reaction to it. Um, but when it comes to objectives, I want to figure out what my opponent's going for. I figure out their win con, what my game plan and my win con should be, and what that kind of entails is what is my spacing, what moves can I use that put me in a better position when it comes to controlling neutral. Um, what weaknesses did they expose? So this is basically what was I doing too much that got me punished, and what were they doing to punish me? So I'll go ahead and say this: I got SPD'd way too much in these matches, specifically grands. When I played him in winners, I mitigated that. So um, it's just kind of like simple things that you can kind of touch on and see. Okay, why did I get hit by that? And what can I do to play around it? And so we'll be able to go over that. How is my offense? How is my defense? And then the lastly and most important one is what actionable steps can I take to improve? So a lot of times what people do is like, okay, I identify something, and this is something that I'm able to apply from my brief time as a teacher is just people can identify things and then they'd be like, okay, I know this is what the answer is, right? But if you don't practice situations or like do your homework in this instance, you're going to be having a harder time recalling the information that's required when it comes to uh, something that comes up like a test or like a match. So what I'm going to try to do my best at is illustrating what can I do to practice these specific skill sets because that's something that I like doing too. Um, it's going in training mode or going into replay control, which is a great new feature. I wish it was a little bit more advanced than what it is, but um, I can't complain. Coming from Smash, I had nothing like that to go off of. So what I'm going to show you now is the template that I made. So and kind of explain that a little bit. So I have these 6 different tabs underneath it. The first thing I like to put is just about info so I can get to the video itself or the stream and make my job easier. Next, I'll kind of go over about neutral and my notation. So what I'm going to do is I'll set myself little timestamps. So for instance, this match starts at 2:07:17, and that'll be kind of like, okay, this is what I need to be doing. The game, there we go. It's 2:07 match start. Okay. I'm gonna copy this over to here. Um, Copy, paste it right here. Boom. All right. Oh fuck. I messed with the formatting. Whatever. Anyways, you get the idea. So this will be me covering like, okay, what options was I throwing out in neutral? What were they doing? I'm not going to illustrate every single thing or type out every single thing because that's insane. But it's more of like the highlights. Okay, they drive rushed, and what did I do? Did I get hit by it? Did I check it? Did they jump? What was my response to that jump? So on and so forth. So kind of hitting, okay, this is what happened, and did I do the right thing, or is there something I could have done better? The next step or next part will be Oki. So I'm not going to do this for every single one. Some Okis are just kind of straightforward. They drive rush, went in for an SPD. I didn't backdash. I didn't jump, right? That's a simple one, right? But there's sometimes where things kind of get a little bit muddy because, there's there's trades, and sometimes both of us get knocked down, right? And then it kind of resets to neutral, or there's like situations where, I anti-air them, but it's not like the ideal anti-air, so I don't really get the best Oki, but more so like what can I do here? So I'm going to try to cover both mine and my opponents. Same kind of deal where I'm going to use this notation of like what time signature that it's at. That way I know what to look for if I happen to go back to it. Because that's the other thing too, and I'll admit it, I'm bad about it, is going back to VODs multiple times because you won't always get the information that you initially got on like the first watch. Sometimes, you'll play a lot, you'll notice something, and then, things won't click per se. And so it's good to watch it multiple times, not just in one sitting, but over the course of couple weeks, right? Reason behind that is the way our brains work. We can only take so much information at a given point before we kind of need to refresh our mental RAM in this sense. Um, and so 30 minutes, I would say would be ideal. This is going to be a little bit longer than 30 minutes. One, because I'm going over 3 sets, but also um, I'm kind of educating at the same time as well. Um, so yeah, my opponent Oki, same deal, corner pressure. This isn't going to be as big, but it's one of those you want to invest time into it because that's what can win and lose matches. Adaptations. So this is something that I don't really. I've dealt with other coaches in VOD reviews, and one thing that they never really covered was like, what did my opponent adapt to? They'll make like a comment about it, but they won't, you know, put it as in concrete writing. That way you can look back onto it. Because like the way I look at it is, think of it as like a basketball game or a football game or soccer or any kind of sporting event. All those are sports. They're gonna have plays, right? And they're gonna have a playbook. This is essentially what I think of as adaptations. Is okay, I'm gonna play more aggressive in the beginning and cycle through these different kinds of options. Um, and basically, I want to see what my adaptations were. Did they work? Or did I not adapt properly? As well as what did my opponent adapt to? I don't have a cross section here because it's a little bit more sparse compared to the number of times that you'll have an Oki or the number of times you'll have a neutral. So it's more of like okay, this is how the flow of the game went. This is how I adapted to my opponent or they adapted to me. And lastly is like habits. Habits I need to correct as well as like what habits did they have. So first, right off the bat, I've already watched the VOD before, um, and watched my matches. Swiggins went for a lot of greedy drive rush SPDs, right? Now, I say greedy, but it worked, right? And if it works, keep doing it. And that's what he definitely did. Um, Habits that I need to correct is drive rush, and this is a recurring theme for me. Drive rush, or opponent drive rush, excuse me, and then I perfect parry, which leaves me wide open to guess what? The drive rush SPD. That's what happened. He noticed that, um, and he took good advantage of it, which is really good. Um, and now it's something I've been working on, and there are certain answers that I have that I've been practicing on, but I did not perform what I needed to. So that's basically it. This VOD template is in the Sunday Streets Discord. I made it a while back, and it is available for anyone to use. And I highly encourage it because uh, not only myself, I would like to see myself improve, but a rising tide lifts all boats. So we all, unfortunately, got to experience the ass whooping that we had against Tennessee in that crew battle. And I hope the next time that we ever do something like that, that we are better prepared. And this is one way we can prepare for that, not only against our opponents from other states, but against one another. I would be so happy if like say like Billy or Swiggins or Button Checker, whoever plays me, and be like, I studied VODs using your template, and this is what I was able to see and figure out and do. And the reason is because that's how you improve. That's how you prove anything in life. It is putting the time in, not only in the game, but outside of it. Being able to think about things, thinking about the game outside of it, and being able to organize your thoughts so that way it's able to come out of your um, short-term memory a lot quicker, and become more reflexive. Because that's one thing I'll say is what separates a good player, a great player, and a top player is their ability to take their game plans and make it look like it's reflexive. They're not having to think as hard. They already have all these different plays that they have in their mind that they immediately can flip to. And there can be if that interests people of me being able to highlight those kind of things in the future, I can watch top players and kind of diagnose what they're doing, and seeing, okay, this is what they adapted to, and we can notice that versus someone like myself or someone at a mid level. So, all right, that's enough of that. Let's get right into it. And let me check something real quick. I am going to turn this part off. I'm going to make sure the audio is not too funky before we continue. Let's dive right into it. So let's get right here. Personal preference aside, I like YouTube as a platform when it comes to watching videos, mainly because you're able to pause a lot easier, and then you have that like 10-second skip. So let me organize my layouts a little bit better. There we go. Boom. All right. So like I said first, so this is the winners final set between me and Swiggins. I ended up winning at 3-0. And I will adjust my time signature for when I'm starting. So it looks to be at 2:09. 2:09. 12. Perfect. Match start, winners finals. Alright, let's get right into it. And like I said before, the first watch through, I like to just watch it on without like pausing or anything. And this is also a time where you can kind of like see the overall gameplay, and I can write down like adaptations and habits a lot easier. So one thing I will say is the first round, or the first set, I played a lot better at the spacing that I wanted, and that's very important. That's one of the goals that I had for myself, was playing at that spacing where I can reliably use flicker, and standing heavy punch, standing medium kick, in addition to, when I'm not at that spacing, just making them kind of come to me. So yeah, there you can kind of see the greedy command grab. So that definitely right there is one of them where on hit, I need to be better about recognizing that. Okay, I missed the level 2 input there. This is a little greedy on my part. I'm supposed to do a jab light blitz after that to get max chip off of it. If I had more drive gauge there, which I didn't, I recognized it too late. I could have done a stun combo that has 1 frame opening, and it'll do like 65%. So one thing, I'm seeing a lot of him jumping out of the corner. So that's definitely... It's jumps in general, or kind of like, if you let Keith get away with those, he can kind of run you over. Okay, so I got the first game. It was a pretty good match. A pretty good round. So the other thing too is like light flicker. That's something I've seen like good players do a lot with Ed specifically. Since it's frame 16, it's not as easy to just react to it. Okay, the shimmy there didn't work too well. So you're not going to I think that's something I'll need to revisit, is you can't really shimmy grapplers too much. Or at least it's not going to be as effective as, say, like, what's it called? Someone like Akuma or what's his face? That DI there was a little lucky, but good on me for recognizing that situation. Yeah, look at this streamer guy, right? Yeah, you get to watch me have my own personal 9/11 if you stick around. Not really, it wasn't bad, it was just I felt like I let the moment get to me, because I'd never won one before, right? So, the fact that I'm able to consistently get second, even against good players, is really good. And also being able to beat them on occasion. So right here, level 2 is really good for just, should have done more drive gauge pressure. I let that kind of slip. So right there, drive reversal's somewhat safe on burnout. But I learned the other day, thanks to replay review, it is not safe when it comes to him on like regular, because he can SPD you. That was also a very greedy level 2. I should have recognized that he was about to get drive gauge back instead of trying to go for chip out, but it works, right? So I got lucky. Right there, I could have gotten SPD. So he's in a bad spot here. He doesn't have a lot of options. I definitely did notice. I'm gonna put that down on adaptations. He started mashing after like he did delay button. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. That's another thing too, is against characters that don't have good invincible reversals, they kind of get cooked by meaty spark. I don't know what the hell happened there. Like it looked like my punch just didn't hit it for whatever reason. I'm gonna put this under habits, but it's also like, that's -9. So right there I need to do crouching medium kick or what's it called? Crouching medium punch. Yeah, right here he's dead. Boom. Good recognition right there. I feel grimy every time I get a chip out, but you know, hey, we take those, right? It's in the game. But what was I gonna put right there? Let me go back for a second. It was like one of these instances. No, it wasn't here. So yeah, recognizing their spacing better on, let's see here. Also that moves -6, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. right now I'm looking at, I can go ahead and pull this up on the other side. So that was the first set. Um, right now what I'm looking at is frame data. So this is an important thing to do too. Um, you definitely want to be aware of your frame data. Okay, so depending on spacing, whenever they do the cyclone wheel kick, which is an overhead, it is -9 or -6. Um, if it's further away, it's going to be -6. If it's closer, it's -9. Um, so we can kind of look at that later, or we'll look at it as it comes. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna make a separate page. Here we go. Where's the page break button? Oh, it scrolls. Okay, there we go. Shit. All right. So this is what my game plan against Geef should be. Control space at standing medium kick range. Um, do not let them get in for free through jump or drive rush. Yeah, so there were a couple times, I was not crisp on my anti-airs. It's hard to do them, especially for me walking back, so that's definitely working on improving that skill set. Um, uh, influence, or not necessarily influence, but annoy them with projectiles um, until they commit to getting to the spacing that you want. Um, do not let them get cheeky SPDs. Uh, oppress them on Oki with more meaties, which I didn't do enough. Let's see here. Putting them in the corner should be game. If you pressure right. So playing a character like Ed, not having overheads makes it a little bit tricky, but also at the same time he has a top 5 move in the game with flicker, so that makes the strike throw a little bit more um, threatening than other characters. What else? When it comes to, let's see, be disciplined on drive gauge. So this is a matchup where he can definitely chip you down pretty well, especially with moves like headbutt, especially with jump ins. Um, and so Ed, just in general, you want to kind of win that drive gauge battle just against no matter what opponent you play against, but especially against Geef, because once you get in burnout, his pressure just becomes way more threatening, and then you kind of just get stuck, especially when they start looping headbutts or the little kick. Um, go for more strike and less shimmy. So that's the thing too, is the way that his SPD works is that even if you're walking back, if you're not at the right spacing, say if they like move like a micro walk and then SPD you on like a wake up, if they catch on to your shimmy habits, they'll still get you. Um, so going for more strike was something I didn't recognize at the time and I needed to do more of. And uh, I think that's kind of where I'll start transitioning into the neutral part of it. So when I'm watching these, um, it's gonna kind of be like whatever bucket that it falls into. If I have a note for it, that's where I'll put it. Okay, so 209. God dang it. Another thing about the drive gauge is Geef has to use drive gauge to set up his Oki, so he's already gonna be like anytime he hits Oki, unless it's like a hard knockdown that that you can't like tech and back up or whatever, they have to commit drive gauge just to get to a better position. So um, that's something you can, if you have the understanding, you can utilize that throughout the flow of the match. So time to start the match. So all right. At the very beginning, I go for just kind of like get to that standing medium kick, pressure, drive rush, see what they do. So right here, 209.18, or almost, I'll sit you around. So that's something that he did a lot, would be like delay button after like a pressure sequence. So in this situation, I could have gone for the grab early to kind of set up myself up later. So we'll go back to it right here. Okay. All right. So yeah, with YouTube versus Twitch, this Twitch sends you back 30-second increments. Okay. Right here at 209. Hit them with a standing medium kick, or crouching medium kick. Anti-air. They went for the heavy, what's it called? Heavy punch that has armor. So yeah, this is right here. For adaptations, I need to recognize their spacing after a knockdown, so that way I can like better understand, you know, what options could they really reliably done. Because in that situation, he was at a distance where he could not SPD, so I shouldn't need to worry about that. I need to be looking more for like, are they going to go for low? Are they going to try to do an overhead? Or are they just going to kind of like wait and see what I do? Good on the walk forward, missed the combo. Missed an opportunity for a good punish, but it's okay. I got the... So right here. opponent used, what's it called? Parry on wake up. Yeah, we're getting to the spot where we're looking at that. So right there, use parry on wake up the first time, and then jump the second. Forward jump specifically, which is tricky. So this is where it gets into the, I need to be doing more of a, you know, strike heavy offense, especially within the corner. So that way I don't give up the corner as easily and put myself in a rough spot. Them missing that, oof, but it happens. Second. Gonna switch to, why did it get off my playlist? I'm sad. Alright, good anti-air. Alright. 2, 10, 15. They went. Oh, my thing's not on the right. Okay. Alright, my Oki went for. I'm just gonna not put the colons there just to make my life easier. Went for shimmy. They went for low. Yeah, so they went for the low. So this is where the I need to be more strike heavy comes into play. Okay, 212. So as we saw earlier on the frame data, so drive rush makes it to where it's 4 frames safer. So even then, if it's -4, right, or if it's like an additional like 4 frames, it's still -9 on block. So I need to, in this situation, use what I would typically. Yeah, whenever they jump out of my meaty throws, definitely. That is, I will concur. That is something, especially in the corner when they're going for like a cross cut or like a cross up. Being able to cross cut that would be really good. But we're not right there. We're not there yet, you know. But right here, he's -9. So crouching medium punch, crouching medium kick would connect. So I need to be recognizing that. And I don't think I punished that the entire night. Because I don't think I was not on their knowledge of the frame data. Or I didn't have the knowledge of the frame data. Yeah, definitely right there. So yeah, my 12:27 went for grab a forward jump cross up. Again, the answer there would be crosscut DP or just more medium. Okay, on there, okay, 0212. 31F. Something I could also do to make it more, a little bit more like, when I'm looking back at the notes. After Lariat, just walked, which also put me in the corner. So yeah, definitely in their corner. I was looking for them walking up to kind of get into closer range and hit them with light kick. Yeah, that's a good point, Renegade. It kind of depends with Ed having, if he anti-airs them, it goes to anywhere from like 38 to 42 frames. Which kill rush will be 31, and so that'll put me in a better situation. But yeah, definitely drive rushing. I could do that more. There are times when I should, but I like to be more conservative with it. So when they were in the corner, I did a lot of walking back. Especially like when it was like my turn was over, I walked back. And I need to be better about like recognizing them jumping in, especially in those moments, because DP would have killed. This also did kill. It was more than likely supposed to be a drive reversal, but you know, it is what it is. We got it. To 12:45. Got a counter hit. So I think right there I was supposed to try to do I gotta be better about walking and then not holding forward when I hit heavy punch. That's the bad thing about Cobra Punch, is it is forward. I wish it was down forward, but you know, skill issue. Okay. So for their Oki, they went for what was that off of? So yeah, basically lariat was kind of like their go-to ender, which, you know, drive rush, standing medium kick. I think that's standing medium kick, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's minus, so that would have been 0. So it's good to just kind of block there. So yeah, this is where the, okay, I need to be better about DPing. So yeah, okay. Okay, at 213, 4, off throw, went for drive rush, crouch medium punch, drive rush grab, which did work. I would say that it was kind of like a 50-50 chance, but one thing I will say, and this is something that tilts me to no end, for other players in our state, is there's a little phrase that I like to think of when it comes to opponents drive pairing. If you see blue, grab the foo, right? So, especially now with the recent update that they made to having more end lag off of drive pairing. If you're like off, for instance, I was off of drive rush right there. I had so much frame advantage to be able to go and grab them, especially when they were in parry. And a lot of people in Kentucky specifically do not grab people when they are in parry, in lag. Like, it's, come on, it's free, it's free. Even if you don't get the punish counter, like, it's still, you get the situation. So yeah, this next instance, 13, off, crouch medium kick, anti-air, which I did that quite a bit. This set, and not so much the second one. And it's okay, right? It's an okay, quick, reactive option, especially if they're at like a further distance. But you definitely, it's better to just DP them. Medium punch, crouching light kick. Something I did lab out when it comes to this sequence, since after parry you are, what's it called? Let's look up edge for a second. I'll look up edge frame data real quick here. Because I know crouching light kick's -4, which is my biggest complaint. If it was -3, I'd be okay with it. If it's -4, so you can punish it with lights. Standing medium punch, I do believe, is 0. Oh, -1. So right there, I noticed after looking at it, he would button and I was like, what the hell? Crouching light kick. I could pull it up. It's still -4. It's still punishable by lights. Yeah, it's still -4. I wish it was -3. Hey, Brandon, what's up? But yeah, I would get hit from their low, which I didn't know at that time it was -4. Or if it's 4. Yeah. So their only 4 frame is that, I do believe. Yeah, everything else is, so if he's crouching the light kick, I didn't think it was that fast, but that would beat out my light kick that came off of standing medium punch. Very frustrating. But I needed to recognize that sooner. Alright, So I got light kick, counter hits. Yeah, if you DI Geef too much, you just fucking just get grabbed a bunch. It's so not fun. But I definitely could have DI'd more, but that's something that I personally don't do a whole lot of. I'm very not good at reacting with reactive DI. In addition to, I want to I try to play more safe, which is more consistent in my eyes. But that costs me. So right here, right here, I needed to go in, like, with a drive rush or with kill rush. It would have been -4, but the hit would have, you know, made it to where I was safe and gone for a, not necessarily stun because they had level 3, but more so just get them to burnout and then just apply pressure. Because even in this situation, this will do around like 1,000, and then like a few other, if I string in a couple more specials, then I'm able to, you know, get it to about like 12, 1,300. Instead, I went for a shimmy, which leaves me open for a low. Which, tail of the tape, got SPD'd too much, and I got hit by lows too much. Which, that's another thing too, I need to look up what his low is, -3. So cool. See, why can't his be -4 too? He's huge. Went for a backdash there. Yeah, right there, if I crouching light kick or whatever and light blitz, I could have been able to burn him out. Got real lucky to not die there. So that is minus, more than likely was in like the -6, -7 range. Yeah, this is where I fucked up. I went for it thinking that I had enough time for burnout, but didn't. I was also 2+ there, so I missed that grab. Got really lucky on the medium flicker there, but you know, it's how it happens sometimes. Okay. All right, right there. So I went for another drive rush. Games round start, drive rush, light punch, then they got a counter hit, and because I walked back, why did I walk back? See right there, I am, let's see, I'm +3, so I should have just done like a, what's it called? +3 right there, and instead of going for another one, so after drive rush you can do 4 lights. Instead of doing high low high like I should have, I let him hit me, which is not good. Even then, I should have done light punch into grab, because then that would have beat it out. I should have been command grab there. He kind of autopiloted to that. Okay, got a parry. O2 14 16. After back throw, did dash, then yeah. Right there, then got counter hit. Oki 10, after lariat, drive rush, crouching medium kick, which I think that one is a lot safer. Yeah, it's gonna be +2. And then they did the little skip, jump kick thing, or jump knee. I forget exactly what it's called. The knee hammer, which that move's annoying. Shit, to the wrong tab. So, O2 14 28. Opponent burnout. So yeah, right there I could have, what's it called? Whenever they did whenever in burnout, that's definitely, I need to recognize. Throw out the heavy punch, DI that, because they can't do anything about it. So, okay. This could kind of also classify by Oki. O2, 14, 36. Got the target combo, heavy blitz, went for meaty spark, should have done safe jump instead. They drive reversal. I think another thing as well, I'll put this under neutral. Charged flicker into kill rush, cancel. I put myself in a very risky spot, and I didn't need to, but I got, you know, lucky. Missed my Oki there. Should just kill rush back. So the reason why I shouldn't kill rush forward, unless I see like parry, um, they can throw out a move and like clip me, like check me. So I don't want to put myself in that position. At least when it's against Geef. But if I see parry, I could be okay to kill rush forward. Okay. So yeah, missed damage off of that. That's fine. So yeah, like right there, that's, you know, the great thing about Ed right there. Okay. So I don't know why that didn't hit him. I guess I just did not. That was silly. After light blitz, or no, it was medium blitz. Went for meaty spark, or went for actually what did I do? So I left some damage on the table here. I want to get that lower. Okay, I think the reason I didn't meaty spark here is I saw that they were level 3. Went for jump, and it missed. Okay. I didn't want to get hit by the level 3. Alright, they're Oki after OD, SPD, Drive Rush, wait. They didn't really want to push the issue there because of that. They were end kill percent. And they're also probably trying to get me to OD DP. Yeah, right there. So for this note, I put they went for jump in button at 0215, And they did a crouching heavy kick, which I need to punish. I know now I can punish that with a lot. So, um, it's making my life harder than it needs to be. And 02, 15, 56, saw they were low on drive gauge. Went for light punch, OD blitz, chip out. Woo. So yeah, they couldn't do anything. Alright, so this was the okay mat set. There was a lot of stuff, I could have done better. Um, the next set was not as good. Okay. Oh god. Banana Frosty jump scare. I don't know why he was wearing those goggles and what the fuck. Okay, Grands 02, 41, 30. I'll admit, I did not have great confidence going into Grands, and I shouldn't go like that. I need to, just think about what I need to do to win. So this is kind of like pre-watch. In the second set in Grands, I need to be more patient and make them come to me. A lot of times I would just walk into getting hit by their medium punch like a ding dong. So yeah, actually let's do this for Grand Set 1. I'll just watch through the whole thing. Burned myself out, missed a combo, got punished. Um, Overhead. So I'm doing a lot of these just spark ones, just to bait out an option for them to try to jump in. I missed a good combo opportunity. Okay, they drive reversal after the second one. And there's the habit right there, folks. We get to see it in real time. I see drive race. Oh shit, my bad. Thank you. Woohoo! Meant to do another flicker, but it's okay. I got rewarded. So heavy blitz right there should have been instead of medium blitz. I learned. It's just kind of like with anything that's like -5 frames, like scissors or whatever, going for what's it called? Just going for light kick heavy blitz, like against scissors, against Jinrai low. Just do heavy blitz. Then I'm plus 38 or 39 or some shit like that. Woohoo! Drop combos. It's a good driver's check by him. The fact that that was punishable, that is sad. Yeah, so far, too many jump-ins I'm letting him get. It's good. Wake up super. Oof. I don't think he DI'd my flickers once. Missed my level 2. Yeah, that's fair. So that's a fair thing. Yeah, it also sucked the thing was having issues. Should've just done standing medium punch after that. Yeah, he was going for a lot of greedy. Did it again. Yep. That was supposed to be a standing heavy punch. had an opportunity to check that, but I didn't. I need to be looking for more of the... Alright, so let's go, let's dive into this one. This one's gonna be... okay, 241. God, frosty jump scare. Okay. Ooh, grand. 241. 44. So I did a walk forward. The fuck? Oh. Then got hit by crouching. I think that's a medium. Yeah, crouching medium. They jumped in. Got OD Lariat combo. Off my standing heavy punch whiff. So I knew, so something I'd labbed before. So I knew off of the drive rush into that, that's going to be +2. And thankfully, 2-button checker give me a heads up that this was something I needed to look for when it comes to them trying to do an SPD. So I was a little too early on my backdash. A little too early on my backdash there. I'm gonna put a thing right here. Grands. 241.57. Off layer. 241.57. I don't know why it got changed to that. I probably hit a macro or something. Off OD Lariat, did drive rush, standing medium punch, +2 into down forward. What was that one? Whatever the name is. Medium, down forward medium punch, yeah. That's -3. I can take my turn. There's a lot of times I should have just grabbed after the drive rush. Okay. Off throw, went for high, low, high. burn myself out because of it. Can you definitely notice a difference between the first set and this set? I should do like the Dora. What's the difference? What's the difference? I dropped too many combos. I got too shaky with my defense, and I let them jump in way too much. And that it happens. That's what happens when you kind of fall victim to your nerves. Okay. Neutral. 02, 4225. Went for heavy punch, flicker. They did hitting heavy punch. So the thing about heavy punch Oki is it's not as good as say like their other ones. Okay. I also don't think I hit him with a low at all. Should just grab there. That would have done 2k. And I think I could have won that game. So yeah, right there. This is where I'm talking about I just got too impatient, right? I tried to force the issue when all I needed was just like one interaction would have won that, you know. Blah, 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 blah. So that wouldn't have killed, but he would have been in an even worse spot. So right here, I'm winning the drive gauge war. Then they went for like a drive rush, whatever grab that is. 1 second, I don't know what that grab is called. Borscht Dynamite, I guess? Yeah, it was the Borscht Dynamite, I think. Oh, leaked, 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 leaked. See, like that's that situation right there, like especially when they burn themselves out, I needed to be just kind of more patient, and this is like one of my flaws as a player. Is like I want to kill them. I'm like I want to beat them. I want to hit them. Because I just realistically needed one hit, one anti-air, one anything, and even then, once they'd burn out, all I needed to do was connect one cancelable move, and then I could chip them out. Oh, another thing. Da, 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 da. Crouching medium kick. is a good meaty option against Keith because he's so big. The other reason for that is I labbed it later, so I kept getting hit a lot of times by the crouching light, and with his medium kick, with Ed's medium kick, pushing him back far enough, the light won't hit, and as long as I'm backing up, like if I do a micro walk back, then heavy punch, I get a punish counter. See, like right there, the drive rush, or not the driver, or like when I went for medium punch, I whipped, so he could have punished me. But if I went for medium kick, it would have hit, or at least hit him on block. Okay. 02, 43, 41. They went for crouching heavy kick. I punished with crouching light kick, but whiffed the medium blitz. So I think in that situation, Ed's either light blitz or heavy blitz. Heavy blitz is the safer, is the easier one, but the light blitz would have also connected. That was a good backdash by me. Okay, they're Oki. Hit by crouching heavy kick, a drive rush, standing medium punch, whiffed, SPD. Right there's where I'm talking about, where I saw blue, so I just walked up, grabbed him, got a punish counter. What was I doing? 02, 43, 87, after kill rush, heavy or light flicker, walked forward. They parried, got the grab. They went blue. Okay. After throw, dash forward, dash back. So I did that anticipating like a level 3. Right? They hadn't shown that in the first set. They hadn't shown it this entire set, so I kind of just didn't pressure them the way I should have. They just crouch block there. I think here, if I went for a grab instead, yeah, level 3 would have reached, but because of the being in dashback, if I'm still in the dashback, it would have missed, if I'm not mistaken. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that I've seen it plenty of times where level 3 will just like whiff if I'm in the animation. Okay, so that was good right there. See, that was kind of like something I was looking for, is kind of like just a SPD whenever like I'm close enough, right? I know with the new light blitz adjustment. Yeah, okay, cool. I need to recognize that like light blitz in the corner is a great, much better pressure tool, because as we saw earlier, the light flicker got me punish countered, whereas light blitz, even though it's -5 in the corner, it knocks you further back. And that was with the update. Okay. So neutral. 244.14. Light fireball. Then they jumped.
Give you the fireball.
It's right there. I'm trying to see what my spacing was for that crouching heavy kick, and if I was able to punish that or not. Yeah, right here I should have definitely punished. Whoop. So yeah, that should be a punish with either heavy kick, crouching medium punch, because again it's -13. Yeah, no, so I went for, with correct move, went for heavy punch, and it whips because he's in a lower like position. Okay. Right there. After crouching heavy punch knockdown, drive rush, or dash forward drive rush, which is a mistake. They woke up button. Which I think a lot of times too, my Okies would, because I would go for a more conservative option, I would get hit a lot. Like where I would be like walking back or dashing back or whatever. See that right there? Yeah, that's what we call good gameplay. Bet your ass, as soon as like I was able to, I got into training room and just like worked on stuff on the left side. Cause I was like, I normally practice going to the left anyways. Okay. 244.51 after SPD. They drive rush SPD. And what class, what do we need to do when they drive rush and try to go for an SPD? Just backdash. Or I can, if they immediate, I can't do a move, so backdash. Womp womp. Oh shit. I was gonna get that last part. After SPD, drive rush, nothing. Then crouching, light or medium kick. Womp womp. So that was the first time they checked my drive rush, if I'm not mistaken. Like a raw drive rush in neutral. Yeah, right there. I need to DP that with a medium DP. Okay. 245, 11. Standing medium punch, blocked, then crouching heavy kick, then drive rush. What did they do here? Okay, then drive rush, button, beaten out by ODDP. So yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about, where I just need to be more patient and lame, right? Instead of forcing the issue a lot of times. And then even when I did, right, I just would go for like a kill rush late. Okay, corner. No, it's 45, 45, 35. Light flicker, got PC, SPD. The other thing too is, like, after the match, I felt like I just got dog walked, and then when I watched it later, I was like, wow, like even playing shaky, I still had plenty of opportunities that I showcased in the first set versus the second, or versus Grands, where I could have still, you know, won, but it's just like a confidence thing. Okay, that's, yeah, right there. 45, 51. Did kill rush to cancel medium flicker, then got button SPD. So that's another thing too. Need to use heavy kick more, crouching heavy kick more when I'm at a spacing that when I'm too far out first and a heavy punch. Because there were a lot of times that my heavy punch, like, I wanted to go for it, I just whiffed, or just was out of range. Yeah. So the reason I went for the level 1 there was just conserving more of my drive gauge. Even though I didn't, like, need to. Once again, would autopilot to parry when they drive rushed. Okay. So that was gonna be meaty. That gets a lot of mileage, that one right there. Just drive rush, jab, grab. Something else I didn't do, I guess I could put it as did not adapt. Did not set up grab game enough to open up shimmies for later. Like, very rarely did they, like, yeah, very rarely did they, you know, grab release. And even then, against, like, a light punch, it's still really kind of hard to time that. And it's risky. So right there, I didn't want to spend the level 3 just because I didn't want to be at a deficit, but they did a wake up button and I didn't do anything for it. Again, I was going for shimmies when I hadn't set it up, so that's, you know, why I put that in that. And then I just kind of let them back in. What? So I was trying to do level 1 right there. Or not level 1, level 2, excuse me. I missed that plenty of times. Because like right here, if I level 1, I could still hit DP. And then sometimes they get caught in it, especially if I did, since I did the light. That's something else too, because of, if I can recognize that now, of how like slow it is. The overhead, especially in this situation that they did it, that's 53 frames. I could just DI that. So yeah, let's put that in there. Just DI that shit, man. And in that situation, it would have won. Look at me just walking in. I think I won't watch all of Grand Finals, just to, you know, I think we kind of get the idea. See, especially now, when it was 2-1, he just went for a lot of just like SPDs. Like he was really like making big swings. So I could definitely put that in the habits. As the set went on in Grands, he went for more risky SPDs. Like there wasn't a lot of times where, at least from what I've seen, where like on Okies, I would get clipped by the like a low to catching my backdash, and even then, the risk reward of doing a backdash in those situations is just a lot lower. Drive rush SPD was kind of wild there. Okay, definitely another thing in the habits would use light kick, drive rush, grab to get out of corner. So I need to be more aware of that, right? So, because there are plenty of times I would just get caught by parry, and I should just, you know, ODDP or, you know, anything. Cause let me look at the frame data for that shit. So it's -4 on block, right? So if they drive rush that, I can throw out a light and beat it out, whatever they do. How did that hit? So that was weird. So it was after the backdash animation. Oh shit! I need to go back to this screen. Yeah. Let's go back. See right here, I backdashed too early. Still got clipped by it. So like this is what I'm talking about. He would go for more risky SPDs. That was good on him to kind of just wait. At this point, I'm just kind of like toast. He also would jump a lot. Jump in a lot after safe pressure. After pressuring me, if it didn't open me up. I got lucky a couple times where I hit him with like, for instance, that like light blitz. I also didn't jump in on him enough to kind of test him if he was ready to SPD. so didn't didn't jump in a lot against him to kind of like get that mental stack going. So again, right there, if I just like kept doing, so this is another problem I have when it comes to like people I perceive as good, right? I will be like, oh, if I do this for the third time in the row, the like the grabs in like a corner, like I was like, oh, they'll surely adapt, you know. I just instead, you know, go back to when I was playing football. We would, if something was working, we would do it until they stopped us. And in those situations, I didn't do it until he stopped it. I just tried to mix it up too much. And that ultimately undid a lot of times I could have like pressured him and been in good spots. So yeah, he went for a lot of like jump ins and I didn't, you know, sniff them out well enough. And that's kind of, you don't want Keith to do that. That was good on his part. See again, once again, very aggressive with the SPDs, but he knew I was like not going for the things I needed to beat that. And I did not adapt to it. Good on me a third time the charm, you know. Also knew in that situation, like at that stage in the game, he had gone for risky options, so I knew to expect a level 3. Especially if that hit, right? Didn't want to use too much super bar because he's like a chip out. And that right there, that sequence was kind of like a good illustration of like, make them come to me. I need them to come to me. And that was me setting the pace, whereas before I'd kind of just been letting him. That was a good backdash by him. So yeah, this is another thing where he would go for safe pressure, then jump in. I don't know what I was trying to do there, man. But yeah. So I'm gonna go to this other screen real quick. So if we were just like looking through just Oki, right? The difference between Grands and me. Like in this instance, just like I didn't write down every Oki, but like in this situation, I had more Oki than he did, right? And I won that set. In this one, he had more Oki, significantly more Oki, and that's the kind of the same way with this. Is like I did not make good use of my Oki against him, in the grand set, but on this one I did. So that's kind of like I gave them too many opportunities jumping in. Um, so I think another thing I can do is add a final one is like conclusion-esque kind of deal, or final thoughts. Don't let him get free jump-ins. Let him work for it. They would go for riskier options, especially later in the set, like SPD after a drive rush. So just backdash ding dong. Um, Need to be more cognizant of what they aren't giving up. In this instance, they would delay button after pressure and just grab them. It worked a lot in the set where I was able to grab them and, get more off of it. Let's see here. If they SPT, if you get hit by SPD a ton, if you don't neutralize SPD, you're gonna lose. So in both sets, even when I'm like the grands, I was playing shaky, and the reset will show that too. Um, I didn't get hit by a lot of level 3. Um, I didn't really give him a lot of opportunities to, but I gave him a lot of opportunities to hit SPD. So I need to make sure to make the right assessment on risk reward when backdashing, and just do it a bit more. Because there were plenty of times I punished it, right? Um, don't get impatient. Make them come to you. Too many forward kill rushes put me in bad spacing or bad positioning. There's no need for it. Just kick back, killers back. The only time I should go forward is whenever they turn blue. Like red light, green light. What else? What else? What else? Opponent drive rushed. What do I do? Not parry, because they punished it. Work on your drive rush option select like ODDP. Because any of the times he would drive rush off of like light kick, that's not safe. It's not like Ed's doing crouching or standing medium kick into jab, right? Um, so that's a free DP. Now, obviously, they can like adapt to it, and that'll be something I'll try to uh, work on in training mode afterwards. And so that's what I'm going to segue into is showing, this is what I saw them do. What can I do to beat it? What else? Swiggins would mash after I took my turn, so I need to spacing trap. I did not spacing trap well enough. Beyond that, when I let him don't let him set the pacing and spacing. You, as Ed, should control that. And I didn't do that. So this is kind of the VOD review portion. I'm going to turn on and go into training mode. So this is where I feel like a lot of people don't utilize enough is like, okay, I just VOD reviewed, now what? So I'm going to transition to that. And unfortunately, my PC is not good enough to do both streaming and PS4 or Street Fighter, so I'm going to be doing just that. Until Dawn is out now. Holy shit. So thank you all to have came to this kind of like presentation of all this stuff. I appreciate it. If there's anything you would like to see in the future, you know, definitely put that down in the comments. Your thoughts, things that you liked, things that you didn't like. If there's anything you didn't like, well, go fuck yourself. It's my stream. But no, I do take, you know, anything that you say, I'll look at it. Just appreciate you all stopping by. Okay. Let me make sure I'm on block. Okay. So yeah, this is -4, right? Fuck. So what I'm doing here is the option select kind of deal. Obviously, it's not a option select in this situation, but so let me go to the second slot. Let me make sure I have that shortcut on. Okay. Oh, I did the wrong one. Oopsies. Oopsie. Okay, it's I have it on left still. Okay. So like for instance, if they do that, right? So if they do that, that would be still had that frame of what's it called? Like it's not safe, right? If I do is yeah, if I do that, for instance. I can't do that. But if I do this one, boom, right? So that's something I need to continue working on, right? What was another one? So they went for a lot of what's it called? Right? So they would do like that and then jump in. So that's something I need to work on. Boop. Actually, probably better if I just do this, but what move is it? Okay, that one. Okay, the down one. Yeah, so that's the one we want. Do what they do. I can also do that after an SPD. So it's a hard knockdown, so I don't get anywhere. Now I wonder if so yeah, they have to get a lot closer to risk SPD, and that's just like, don't be an idiot, right? But I can't wake up button there, right? Ooh, sorry. So yeah, I gotta recognize that as well. Even after drive rush, if they do um, the crouching medium kick, they're still -9. But I can't hit it with that. Oof. What's the... oh, this one. Okay, yeah, yeah. How early can... Okay. So I'm +5. But I probably can do that a little better on the timing. I try mashing it. Yeah. So even then, there's like an opening. But this moves 53 frames. If I can't like reactively do that, then like put me in a home. Oop. So I'm +5 there. I gotta go for light kick. Alright, so I can't go for light kick. So right there, it's just kind of safe pressure, but if I, you know, react to it, I can DI it. Boom, 23 or 29. Okay, what else? What else? I mean, obviously, like I can do. If I do that. Alright, so if I... Actually, let me do my... No... Okay. I don't want punish counter, just random. Oh, so it does a hard knockdown, okay. But he's +32. Oh. And that meaties, okay. Obviously you don't, the answer is not get hit by that. Let's do it on the other side. Womp womp. So if they hit me there, there's no confirm off of it. I need to hit those. I'm doing it too low. There we go. Ah! I mean, this is also good practice. If I'm like at this spacing. Yeah, if I'm at this spacing, I can't really punish it. From here. Yeah. So what is that? That's the other thing about training room is you can go in there and kind of like use those little ticks on the ground to kind of get a good idea of spacing. So if I'm like out of standing medium kick range, So if I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I'm outside of this range. That's the only really option I got, you know. Can't do that. Boom. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. But I can do this. Oops. Nope, too late. Can't do that. Didn't combo. Oop, fat fingered it. Oopsies. But yeah, so it's an important thing, especially when it's like fresh in your mind. So kind of go over the last bit of it. Thank you all again for watching. Um, Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that I need to work on as a player. But the thing about it is like doing this exercise, like I showed you, um, really helps with giving you direction. So a lot of times, one of the things that I would complain about is not having direction on what I need to do to improve, and that's what kind of like bummed me out when it came to Smash. But then I started doing stuff like this. It gave me direction, it gave me stuff to practice on, and I applied that same kind of process to Street Fighter. And obviously, you know, it's going to take more than just 10 minutes in training room. But now, you know, the great thing about this is you can save stuff like this, and like next time I come up and play against Geef or like go in the training room trying to test something, I have it already saved up. Um, Another great resource too is Replay Takeover. So um, I can kind of dive into that real quickly. I fortunately don't have the sets. I wish I could have had the sets, but because of the PC issue or the PS5 issues at Moorhead, it wasn't able to save them. But this is also an insanely good resource. Um, Let me look at my my stuff. Oh, on like I saved it to my Steam Deck because I was like looking at it on my break. Um, let's see, let me look if I can find it on this. Here we go. I'm having trouble finding it on this. Anyways, if I go to Gary's, because he had some against Swiggins, and I looked at them the other day and it was sick. Getting to experience it for the first time of like, whoa, I can like go in and like pick it up and play. And I wish I had known about it sooner, because then it would have given me, you know, a better knowledge of what I needed to do. But like, we can just watch Gary from the other day. See, like, look right there, he got a lot of mileage off of the drive rush, off of standing medium kick. Yeah, what I'm waiting for is like an Oki situation for him, so he can like kind of demonstrate not only the stuff that we practice. There we go. Let's go. Boom, player control. You're like right there. Watch this. So that was spaced properly. Can't really do anything that. Fuck. Whoopsies. Did not mean to do that. This is an easy exercise right here. Watch. Boom. Actually, let me go back a bit. So yeah, obviously, fuck. Boom, tick through. Ah! So obviously I know to expect it, but it's still, you know, good to just at least practice that kind of shit. Okay. After this, I'm going to take a little break, use the bathroom. Oop. Okay, I can't really do anything there. At least take your turn back, right? That's another option too. But yeah, going in this and using it as a tool is definitely really good. But we're gonna take a little break. Been doing this for, you know, however long. But thank you all for chilling. And hopefully I can do something like this and again in the future.